Good afternoon, everyone. This is a video on how to restrain your patients. First, you're going to grab out 4 cravats or triangle bandages from the bag and get them ready. From here, you're going to want to open up the pouch, pull out the cravat, and note that there are 2 safety pins in there. What you're going to do is just take note of it and make sure that they're not out for the safety of you and your patient. Put them back in the bag and put it back in your pocket or throw it away. And then this is again taking out the triangle bandage. You want to open it up, marry up the 2 tails. You don't want one side longer than the other. It's important to have them the same, so that way you can tie it properly onto the stretcher. Here you see, you loop it around your hand, grab from the middle, grab the middle, loop it around, and you'll have this hole, and that's where the patient's hand will go. Tighten it up, and you can see here, it's important to have the 2 tails lined up. You can slide your finger in there for easy access of opening it up and pulling it closed. Check pulse motor sensation. If the patient's really pulling away from you or whatever, you can loosen it up pretty easily. And then at this point, here are some do's and do nots. Do put it on the yellow portion, as shown. Please don't put it on the red. That makes the stretcher move. And if you tie it to that, it will be easy for it to go up and down. Again, to the yellow parts is where you want to tie, if you have to put the arm above the head. And here you can see the stretcher with the feet. You don't want to put it onto the yellow. You do want to put it on the black portions. Farther points are better. So that way the patient can't really kick at you. Again, not the yellow, because Trendelenburg position makes it easy to lift it up. And if it's tied to that, the patient can kick and cause damage to the stretcher. So again, to the farther black portions, the handles of the stretcher. And then from here, you're going to see you want to tie around the yellow portion of the stretcher, not the very bottom where the wheels are, but the yellow portion there. You're going to loop it around, open up the rail and loop it around there and tie it, and then close the rail back up again. Again, the yellow portion, not the black portion, not there, because again, if somebody is out of control, they can easily break that and now it becomes a weapon. Here again are just some examples of how to tie it. You can easily get them all tied up and have 2 for you and 2 for your partner. You should really be correlating with the police as well on how you're going to take action. You shouldn't go at this blindly. You really should be talking to police, coordinate with them. Your partner gets one side and you get the other, or you take the top half and your partner takes the bottom half. Either way, it shouldn't just be one person doing it. You should be working as a team. So again, here you go. Loop it around. Make sure that those tails are the same. And again, it slides open easily, so the patient can pull and pull and pull. And if you see that their hand's getting red, you can loosen it up very easily. Again, please just keep track of where those safety pins are. There's always usually going to be 2 in there, and you don't want a psych patient or somebody that is just having a bad day to have them. So either put it in your pocket, throw it in the trash, but do not leave them out on the seat. Again, here we go. Open it up, loop it around your hand, make sure that the tails are lined up, grab from the middle, grab it, loop it through, so that way you have this hole that you can put the patient's hand through, and it tightens up pretty easily. You can get these all set up before you're even going to deal with the patient. And again, I'm showing you pins. Don't want anybody to get hurt. Make sure that those tails are lined up, because that will really help you to be able to tie it onto the stretcher. If one end's longer than the other one, it makes it really hard to tie it. Could pull on the patient's hand even more. It's not worth it for that. You can have these all set up and ready, and it easily comes apart too. Grab from the middle, loop it, and you have the hole. And here you can see how you can have them all ready and on you. Just the important thing if you're going to do that is that you hide the tails, so that way the patient can't grab a hold of it and now have control of you. You can easily slide that onto the patient, but again, have control of the tails. In this next portion, you'll see the patient being restrained to the actual stretcher, again around the yellow, underneath of the black rail there, not to the very bottom, but on that yellow part. Important to check pulse motor sensation on all extremities and even throughout the transport. You also want to make sure that you use all the available straps and put up both rails. If you have a really combative patient, an easier way to tire them out is putting the arm above the head. It'll make them tired a lot quicker. If they're pretty calm, you can always do it on both sides, like on the side yellow portion and not above the head. But remember, when doing it above the head, make sure that you don't put it on the red, always to the yellow. Remember, if you are restraining the feet, the arms need to be restrained as well. Vice versa, it shouldn't just be one set of extremities being restrained. If needed, if the officers don't feel comfortable and the patient is really combative, you can always have them leave the patient handcuffed. Just remember to check pulse motor sensation and restrain their feet as well. Your safety is always first. Just please remember to always wear the proper PPE with patients, always to protect yourself. Coordinate with the officers that are on location, and you and your partner should be working together and talking. Again, you don't want to go into it blindly. You want clear communication and everybody to know their roles before you proceed. I hope you all have a great day, and you can always message me with any questions. Feel free at abodine@les139.com. Thanks, guys.